We're going to talk about accessing our roster, picture, and bio. The roster is a tool that lets you, for any online course that you're in, it'll show all of your classmates and your professors, and it will give a written description of the person, a biography, and a photo if that person has input that information into CourseDen. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do, is how you get that info into CourseDen. And once you do it once, it's done. I mean, you can always go in and update it if you want, make any changes, but it's up there in all of your classes. And again, we have CourseDen through December of 2012, so that'll get you through 5 classes. And then we'll be over to Desire to Learn, and that will be New Adventures. And I'm sure it will have its own equivalent, roster pick and bio type of tool. But for now, let's focus on the WebCT Blackboard. All right, so log into CourseDen as you. Don't use the guest login if you're doing this, or it will waste your time. You want to make sure you're doing this under your own login. Then one way you can get to the roster pick and bio is to go to My Settings. And mine's already inputted, and I didn't want to clear it out and have to redo it. But as you can see, I have a little chunk of text, and then I have a photograph. I also put in an email address, and I like to put in the other name. I like to put the name that I go by, because in CourseDen my name is Kimberly. That's my given name, but most people call me Kim. So I put little quotes around it that way. Every time I make a discussion post in CourseDen, or I send an email message, it always has Kim in quotes, and people realize that that's my name. And that's a good little trick for you. A lot of the time, your professors, for better or worse, they're going to call you by the name that's here in the first name slot. So if you want to be called something else, you might try this tactic. Okay. So how do we do this? When you come here, it should be empty, of course, and you can hit Edit Profile, and then you'll have these fields that you can fill out. And here's where the bio goes. And I actually write it in Microsoft Word, and then I count the characters. And it just has to be less than 795 characters. So you can highlight all of your text in Word and ask Word to count the characters for you, and that will give you an idea. Mine is actually right at about 795 characters, so that will give you an idea. If you eyeball my roster bio, that will give you an idea of how the longest yours can be. Be sure that you click the public boxes next to all information you want to display. If you don't click these public boxes, all of them, the ones, if they're unclicked, these things will not show up. And there's one over here that students frequently don't see because maybe their monitor is too small. Well, I'm making it smaller, and, well, it's still visible. I always thought that it was a monitor size issue, but it's right there above the picture. You want to make sure that public checkbox above the picture is also showing. But here's where you go to browse to a photo. I'm going to browse to one, and I'm actually going to almost upload it, but I'm not going to save it. That'll be the key difference. For you, you're going to do the same process, but you're actually going to save. So you just browse, and I'm going to go to my computer because I have a picture saved on my desktop. All right. I'm going to see if I can change it to item type. I'm going to sort it and see if I can find a JPEG. Okay. Ooh, a Pokemon card. All right. So I have a JPEG there that I'm going to go ahead and upload. I've never seen this before, but I think it happened because I've actually uploaded this photo into CourseDen before. It has a naming conflict, and sometimes you'll see this when you upload something twice and you have multiple options for resolving it. I'm going to say OK. All right, so there's my new roster picture. And let's say you've uploaded one that you like, then you just hit save, and then that will, of course, be your roster pick and bio. But, make sure that you click the public boxes next to everything. And I know I'm being redundant, but it's very important. All right.